Today, you'll be starting your abstract portraits that you'll be creating with oil pastel. The question that we are going to be studying is, why is art so unique? Art is very unique. You're going to see that art from around the world looks very different from one place to another. Every person has their own unique perspective. This is a cave painting from 30,000 years ago. They painted what was around them. Here are some terracotta warriors that were found in a tomb in China. Here's an abstract work of fruits and vegetables. We're going to focus on Sandra Silberweek. She creates very colorful portraits, which means they're human faces. However, they don't look very human at all. We're going to be using her as an inspiration for our own portraits. Yours can be crazy, just like hers. So let's get started. We are going to draw some abstract faces on this brown piece of paper, and then we're actually going to use glue and go over it. And the reason is, when it dries, it does this really cool effect, and it's gonna help you break up the space into smaller pieces. Next time I see you, we're gonna be using something called oil pastel. Oil pastel is cool because you can get really vibrant colors. It's not like crayon, it's not like marker. This is almost kind of like a paint, but in a stick form. Blend, you get that ombre effect. So you can blend things together. There's no wrong way to do oil pastel. I'm going to make the color brighter, and then it's your choice if you want to mix it. So you can get some really cool blended effects with it. So what I want you to do is I want you to take your paper, make sure that it is portrait style, which means that the paper is vertical. Also, if you could, please go ahead and sharpen your pencil. Remember, there's a little cup inside of your bin. Just go ahead and open that if you need to. There's an eraser as well if your pencil doesn't have one. And go ahead and sharpen your pencil. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. All right, I'm gonna show you the way I think about this. You want the face to be the main focal point. It's up to you if you wanna include hair. Some people are gonna put it off the page. I do want you to think about maybe a neck, and then also think about breaking up the space into smaller pieces. Every year that I do this project, there's always some person who wants to do their background one color. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna be very boring for you. Imagine coloring the entire background one color. So I prefer that you break it up into smaller pieces. You have the option of adding pattern, but let's go ahead and start creating the contour line. Before we do that though, let's go ahead and write our name at the bottom left-hand corner. I'm gonna write Mr. Boatfield because that is my name. And then I want you to go ahead and write your class code. I will write your class code on the board if you have forgotten. All right, I'm gonna take you through drawing, and then I'm gonna go over how to use the glue to add lines. I want you to go ahead and start creating your face, neck, and shoulders. I just made it easy for myself. I just did a big long line from corner down and then back up to the corner. Give us a thumbs up when you have your neck and shoulders. Now I'm gonna start splitting up the face. Remember, splitting it up is really important because I know 100% you're gonna get bored. So I did a nose. You can do the lips the way you want. I did more realistic lips, but then there's a line going through it. Now I'm doing the eyes. I like to do one huge eye. You, of course, can do yours differently. On another one, I made like 3 different eyes. I'm going to put random abstract shapes that would normally not exist. You obviously have the choice of making it symmetrical. I think it's more interesting when it's asymmetrical, which means it's not the same on both sides. Go ahead and add some features and give us a thumbs up. You can always add your own artistic license to this. So let's say I like this eyelid, but I want to add something to it. It doesn't have to be eyelashes. Maybe I'm putting in a line type. I'm going to put in castle line just because I can. That's the fun part about abstract art, is no matter what you do, it always ends up looking okay. I'm gonna add one little nostril here. All right, now I'm all done. So I can put the pencil back where we found it today. You're gonna go over your lines with glue. You need to be super careful with this because too much glue is going to start to drip. Even I accidentally did a little bit too much glue in some areas and it started to drip. So you gotta only press just a little bit. Of course, you're gonna want to open the glue, and then you're just going to barely press and then move slowly. Do not go fast. You're going to make yourself a big drip, just like I did just now. If that happens, it's okay. Just continue to move on and go a little bit slower. And then as I'm pushing the glue out of the glue bottle, I'm moving it at the same time. That way you can avoid globs. All right, so I've been working on this and going over the lines. If you miss a line a little bit, that's totally fine. Don't worry about it. You don't have to go back and erase. You don't have to do anything like that today. It's okay if you make little mistakes. Just make sure you go over all the lines. If you're unsure, just let me know. I'm really good at finding them. All the lines you thought that you went over, but you didn't. Ha ha ha. All right, now I think I'm done. One thing that I do not want you to go over is your name. That's going to be physically impossible to go over with glue, so don't worry about it. If you're done, please follow the green arrows because you don't want to splat this onto somebody. So now you understand why the green arrows are important. And you're gonna go over here to the drying rack. Now, do we put stuff on the top or the bottom? We put it on the bottom. I don't know what the excitement is about putting it on the top. I don't know why people fight over putting it on the top. Just put it on the bottom like a normal person. Clean our hands at the end of class. So now it's like, what do I do now? I'm all done. You could, of course, read a book if you wanted to. We have markers, expo boards. These are the erasers. It's just a paper towel. Please make sure that you put the lid back on these. One marker, one board is all you need. Please don't take the entire basket or multiple markers with you. You could do some free draw. Of course, I have pencils and some different paper. If you know how to do origami, you could use that. If you just want to draw on some colorful paper or cut it up, we have this. Shape puzzles. Some texture plates if you just want to try that out. We have connector cubes. If you're going to use this, or if you want to use blocks, just make sure you use them on the carpet. Remember, at the end of class, I'm going to give you a minute to clean up. Make sure that all of these stations, if you're using them, look exactly the way that they look right now. You ready? Next time, we're going to have some fun and get a little bit more messy with oil pastel. Have a great day, 4th grade.